This week's Michigan Lottery Excellence in Education winner is Janine Scott from the Davis Aerospace Technical High School, which is part of Detroit Public Schools Community District. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have a letter from your nominator I'd like to read a portion of. Janine Scott has been an educator for over 20 years, leaving a successful corporate career to follow her dreams to become a teacher. She has sacrificed a lot. Not only has she sacrificed in her personal life, but she also sacrifices daily to ensure that her students have the best education possible. Ms. Scott ensures that all students have what they need to be successful in her class and beyond. This could be from ensuring that students are kept warm by giving them a coat, to soliciting her friends to make yearly donations to former students for books and other college expenses, to teach mathematics in a way that all students will understand.
Oh, thanks.
What goes through your mind when you hear those great words about you?
A lot, because that's just a little paragraph, but it kind of speaks volumes, and it does sum up my educational experience. I left corporate America. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I just kind of forgot when I was in high school. And so got an engineering degree and became an engineer and worked in corporate America, but that teaching bug never ever left me. And so when I got the opportunity to become a teacher, I jumped ship. I literally got sick and was in the hospital, and I thought, I might not ever make it out of here. And I said a little prayer to God, and I said, if I make it out this hospital, Lord, help me become a teacher. And I made it out that hospital, and I became a teacher, and it is the hardest job that I have ever had and the best job that I have ever had.
Tell me why you do it.
I had a really good upbringing as a child, but my teachers were such an important part of my life. And as I grew up and as I went through my life, I've always looked at my teachers. I can list every single teacher from Willow Street School, because I grew up here in Lansing, all the way through Sexton. And so what I wanted to do as a teacher is affect other kids, affect people, affect my world. As teachers, we really help shape the world, and that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah, and tell me about that with your students and how you work with your students, because your high school is pretty special.
Mm-hmm. I teach at Davis Aerospace Technical High School. That high school is named after Benjamin O. Davis. He's a Tuskegee Airman. And so our school is an airplane school. We study airplanes. We fly airplanes. Once the pandemic happened, we don't really fly them. We're coming back. We're getting flight back. But we also fly drones, and our students even earn their drones license. It is an amazing school with amazing kids, and it's a great, great school.
I can tell your excitement with working with the students. And so what's that like for you when a student understands, because that's complicated material that you're teaching, when they get it? What's that like for you?
It's amazing. So I'm a math teacher with an engineering degree in an aviation school. And so the school fits perfectly for my personality, for my degree, for everything. But really, when a student gets a concept in math, I'm like, yes, that means that life is going to move forward, because really mathematics is all about thinking, right? So when they get a mathematical concept, I'm like, yes, they're thinking even bigger, faster, stronger. So it's exciting.
I love that. Tell us about your thoughts about math, because it's just not being good with numbers. It's with everything, as you mentioned.
Didn't you just say it? So my philosophy of mathematics is that numbers are basically the very least of mathematics. You kind of have to know them to do some math, but the most of mathematics is thinking skills. And so what I try to do with my students is to help them think. A lot of our kids come with some deficiencies. But what I find out is once they start thinking, once they start understanding the higher level mathematics, then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I need to learn how to multiply. I need to get these multiplication tables tight. I need to get these division skills tight. And so the basics come along. And if you think you're a mathematician, so I always tell my kids when they're like, I'm not good at math, please, you're a math genius. You think.
Wow. That's inspiring. How do you keep your energy? How do you keep that up? Because being a teacher is a really hard work, as you already mentioned.
It's easy when you have kids that you love. It's easy when you work for great kids. And I work in the Detroit Public School Community District, and my kids come from really tough environments sometimes, but they make it. How can you not be inspired? How can you not be inspired when you watch a child whose life might not be the easiest make it to school every day and try to learn? How can you not be inspired when they get that concept? How can you not love the fact that you might be one of the reasons they came to school that day? They keep me up.
Wow. Well, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Janine receives a $1,500 check from the Michigan Lottery, and her class at Davis Aerospace Technical High School receives a $500 grant. Excellence in Education Award sponsored by the Michigan Lottery, providing more than $27 billion to public education since 1972.